There is a woman in Budapest named Anna. She had a 4-year-old golden retriever named Milo. And one night, after a particularly hard week, she set up a small camera in her bedroom, just to see if Milo was sleeping through the night or getting up to drink water. What the camera caught instead changed the way she thought about every night she had ever shared with her dog. At 1:47 a.m., Milo got up from his bed in the corner. He walked slowly to Anna's side of the room. He stood beside her for approximately 40 seconds, completely still, nose close to her face. Then he walked to the door, checked the hallway, came back, circled once, and lay down directly beside her bed instead of returning to his own. He did this 3 more times before morning. Anna had been asleep for every single one of those moments. She had no idea any of it was happening, and when she watched the footage the next morning, she sat in silence for a long time before she could say anything at all. What Milo was doing that night was not random. It was not restlessness. It was not confusion. It was something documented, studied, and understood by researchers who study canine behavior. And once you understand what it actually is, you will never fall asleep next to your dog the same way again. Stay until point 5, because what we cover there is something that happens in the last hour before you wake up every single morning. And it is the most extraordinary thing on this entire list. 1. Your dog does not fully sleep while you do. This is where it starts, and it is the foundation for everything else in this video. Research into canine sleep architecture has revealed something that most owners never consider. Dogs experience sleep cycles that are significantly shorter than human sleep cycles. A human sleep cycle lasts approximately 90 minutes. A dog's sleep cycle lasts approximately 20 minutes. What this means in practical terms is that while you are moving through deep, slow wave sleep, your dog is cycling in and out of lighter sleep states far more frequently than you are. And during those lighter states, something specific happens. Their awareness of their environment partially returns. Not full wakefulness, but a level of environmental monitoring that researchers describe as a state of relaxed vigilance. Eyes may remain closed, body may remain still, but the brain is processing. The ears are active, the nose is working. Your dog is not awake while you sleep, but they are not fully gone either. They exist in a state between rest and readiness that has no equivalent in human sleep biology. A state that evolved specifically because in the environment dogs came from, being completely unconscious while the group slept was not a luxury any individual could fully afford. And here is what that means for you specifically. Every night you fall asleep, your dog enters a biological state specifically designed to maintain partial awareness of the environment around you. Not because they were trained to, not because they decided to, because 15,000 years of evolution built them that way. You have a guardian who never fully clocks out, and you have been sleeping through their shift every single night without ever knowing it was happening. 2. They get up to check on you, and the science explains exactly why. The behavior Anna captured on her camera, her dog getting up in the middle of the night to stand beside her and check on her, is not unusual. It is documented. It has a name in behavioral research: nocturnal social monitoring. And it occurs specifically and consistently in dogs who are strongly bonded to their primary attachment figure. A 2019 study from researchers at the University of Helsinki tracked the nighttime behavior of 16 bonded dogs using accelerometer data and behavioral observation over multiple nights. What they found was that bonded dogs showed regular periods of nighttime activity that correlated specifically with changes in their owner's sleep state. When owners moved from deep sleep into lighter sleep stages, the dogs showed increased activity. When owners were in the deepest phases of sleep, the dogs were at their most still. Your dog is not just sharing a room with you at night. They are monitoring your sleep. They are tracking your cycles. And when something shifts in your biology, when you move from deep sleep toward wakefulness, or when something in your breathing or your body chemistry changes, they respond. That is not a pet being restless in the night. That is a bonded animal running a continuous low-level assessment of the person they are most responsible for while you sleep. Every single night. And if this is already changing how you think about last night, go ahead and hit like and subscribe. Every video on this channel is built around what the science actually says about your dog, not what we assume. What comes next is the part most owners find the hardest to fully process. 3. They position themselves based on what they sense about you. Here is something worth paying attention to the next time you wake up in the middle of the night and find your dog. Where are they? Specifically, where? Research into canine nighttime positioning has found consistent patterns that reveal more about your dog's internal state than most owners ever realize. A dog sleeping at the door or facing the entry point of the room is performing active environmental surveillance. A dog sleeping pressed against your back is covering your blind side. A dog who has moved from their own bed to the floor directly beside you during the night made that decision for a reason. Dogs do not move during the night randomly. Every repositioning is a response to information, sound, scent, a change in your breathing, a shift in the emotional atmosphere of the room. There is documented evidence that dogs can detect elevated cortisol levels through scent even during sleep. When humans experience stress, anxiety, or disturbed sleep, their body chemistry shifts in ways that produce detectable changes in the compounds they release through their skin and breath. Your dog's nose, with its 300 million olfactory receptors, does not stop working because their eyes are closed. If you have ever had a nightmare and woken to find your dog pressed against you or already awake and watching you, that was not coincidence. That was your body broadcasting a distress signal in chemistry that your dog detected and responded to before you even fully regained consciousness. They knew something was wrong before you did. While you were still inside the nightmare, they were already moving towards you. 4. They protect you from things you will never know about. I want to talk directly to anyone watching this who has ever dismissed their dog's nighttime behavior as attention-seeking or bad habits. The dog who wakes you up at 3 a.m. The dog who barks once in the dark at something you cannot see or hear. The dog who paces near the door in the early hours before settling back down. What you experienced as an interruption to your sleep was almost certainly your dog doing their job. Dogs can hear frequencies up to 65,000 hertz. Humans hear up to approximately 20,000 hertz. This means there is an entire acoustic world that exists in your home at night that you have no access to whatsoever. Sounds from electronics, sounds from animals outside, sounds from the structure of your home, sounds from neighbors. All of it happening in a frequency range your ears were never built to detect. Beyond sound, dogs can smell changes in air pressure that precede weather shifts. They can detect chemical changes in the environment that indicate the presence of something unfamiliar. They can hear footsteps at a distance that your walls would fully block to human hearing. When your dog stirs in the night and you see nothing, there is almost certainly something. A sound, a scent, a change in the environment that their biology flagged as worth attention. Most of the time they assess it, determine there is no threat, and settle back down. You sleep through the whole assessment. You have been protected from things you will never know about by an animal who never asked to be thanked. Who does this every night? Who would do it every night for the rest of their life without a single moment of recognition? Think about that the next time you are irritated by a 3 a.m. disruption. 5. In the hour before you wake up, they prepare for your return. This is the one I told you to stay for. And it is the one that most people watching this find the most extraordinary when they see the research behind it. In 2011, researchers at the Swedish University of Agricultural Sciences made a discovery that shifted the scientific understanding of canine time perception. They found that dogs do not measure time the way we do. They do not have a clock in the human sense. What they have instead is something more remarkable. They measure time through the decay of scent. When you are at home, your scent saturates your environment. When you go to sleep, your scent concentration in the room gradually shifts. Your body temperature changes through the night. Your chemistry changes. The compounds you release through your skin change in concentration and composition as you move through sleep stages. Your dog has been sleeping beside you long enough to have memorized this entire arc. They know what you smell like at midnight. They know what you smell like at 3 a.m. And they know what you smell like in the hour before you wake up. Because in the final phase of sleep, as your body prepares to return to consciousness, your chemistry shifts again. Cortisol begins to rise. Your breathing subtly changes. Your body temperature slightly increases. Your dog detects all of this before your alarm goes off, before you open your eyes, before any conscious part of you has registered that waking is approaching. This is why so many owners report that their dog seems to know they are about to wake up. Sitting up, moving closer, watching the bed. They are not reading your mind. They are reading your chemistry. They know you are coming back, and they have been waiting. Think about what that means. Every single morning of your dog's life, they have been anticipating your return from sleep, tracking your chemistry through the night, monitoring your cycles, watching over you in the darkness. And then, in that final hour, quietly preparing for the moment, you open your eyes. You thought you were just sleeping. Your dog was counting down to the moment they got you back. There is a camera footage somewhere of every bonded dog doing what Milo did in Budapest. Getting up in the quiet of 2 a.m., walking to the side of the bed, standing in the dark beside the person they love most, checking, monitoring, assessing, and then lying back down satisfied that everything is all right. You will never see most of this footage. You are asleep for all of it. But it is happening. It has been happening every night since the first night your dog slept in the same space as you. A quiet vigil that nobody asked them to keep, and that nobody has ever thanked them for. Tonight, when you fall asleep, your dog will begin their shift. They will monitor your cycles. They will check the room. They will move closer when your chemistry tells them something shifted. They will listen to frequencies you have never heard. They will track the decay of your scent through the hours. And in the final approach to morning, they will feel you coming back and they will be ready. You have never slept alone, not once. Not since the day they arrived. And now you know it. If this changed something in how you see your nights with your dog, share it with someone who sleeps next to theirs. Subscribe for more of what the science actually says. And drop a comment telling me this. Have you ever woken up in the middle of the night and found your dog already watching you? Tell me exactly what that moment felt like. I read every single one.